Hello again, brothers and sisters. Saul here, and I'm here again with the continuation of Sananda's message, Grace and the Pink Ray of Creation. I do believe that it's a wonderful message, and I recommend you watching part 1 first before moving on to this part. And after seeing how long it took me to get through just a little bit of it, I'm thinking there will be 3 parts to the message from Sananda alone. So, let us not tarry, and shall we move forward to his words. Alright, and here we go. To clear the air, I will offer some insight on my time as Emilius in Atlantis. It was one of the later periods of Atlantis that I and my 11 brothers came to set free man from his chains. We were not born, but did from the heavens come, and Atlantis had evolved beyond third density, thus allowing us to directly intervene in their affairs. Loophole it was, as our true intent was to assist mankind, for it is God's good will that man be free. Now, I want to refer to our earlier message in the intro, the In the Beginning series, that was given by Salom, Sananda, and Sudevilish, that it was decided that when man became a living soul, that no one beyond third density could directly interfere in the actions and evolution of man. And because the Atlanteans had isolated themselves in the Isles of Atlantis, they were able, in their direct area, to evolve to sixth density, while others did not. So this gave them an opportunity to create a loophole. They came to Atlantis with the intent to assist man, but they went through Atlantis to do it. So that is why they were able to do that, and that is what he is referring to when he talks about that. Alright. For years I taught of one God, one people, and many were turned back to God. I worked to establish a way to restore the poor genetic experiments to a state of usefulness. Using crystal-powered machines, we made men from monsters. Your stories of mythical half-men, half-animal creatures began in Atlantis. Joyful was it to see these new men have a chance to be happy. Tarried longer than my brothers did I, for I still felt responsible for the prior actions as Adam. Teaching and guiding, I walked among Atlantis for 3,225 years. Time is irrelevant when one is not in third density, so for me, 1,000 years is as a day. Even though I worked diligently to restore Atlantis, the power of greed still swept over the lands. 10,000 years after I ascended, did come a wicked ruler named Belial. He sought total dominion over mankind. Slaves did he make many, and others he just killed for pleasure. Arguments erupted between the followers of one and those who followed Belial. Kind souls gave their lives for early man so that he might be free. With the infighting going nowhere, Belial turned their weapons towards the good Mother Earth, in hope of killing as many people as possible. Ghastly were the wounds inflicted on Mother Earth. Volcanic blood poured out from deep in her belly, that the whole face of the planet was covered in molten lava. This is the truth of your flood story. For 40 days and nights it rained lava, not water. Mankind nearly died off in this act, and Atlantis was completely destroyed. This is why no such traces of such advanced technology can be found. Only a few pieces survived, buried within ageless stones. Were it not for the help of the Hathors and the Arcturians, man would have forever been lost. The Hathors sought refuge within earth's crust, and still to this day do many remain. Who you know as Noah was gifted 3 Arcturian ships to save all life that he could. These ships were as large as some of your moons. While waiting for earth to heal, the Arcturians gifted Noah with 3 sons and 3 daughters. Using Noah's form and their genetics, they created the modern man. These children of Noah had 7 active chakras, with 5 still yet to unlock. These 7 chakras gave man a direct line to God. No longer did man need angels to mediate, and this was grace at work. Grace is not as complicated as religion has made it. Your sages say that we are all God, so simply treat one another as you would God. There is no magical meditation or DNA activation involved in grace. There was once a man who gave all of his money to his church. Proud he was at the sight of his elders, but never did he offer a meal to the homeless man on the corner. If I was on this corner, do you suppose that he would have offered me a hot meal? Because in truth, it was I that you passed by when it was too cold or you were too busy to stop. How does thought feed a hungry child? How does thought warm cold bones? It doesn't. That's how. The hungry child is still hungry, and the cold bones are still cold. So surely think happy thoughts, but act in your thoughts as well. I once spent time as a wealthy man known as Joseph. Let the Hebrews starve I could have, but grace moved in me, and no one went without. Indeed, there was a 7-year famine, and it would have been easy to deny food to those in need. If I saw those hungry people as nothing more than an unwanted aspect of myself, I would have simply refused to think on them. Let them starve, and when I opened my eyes, there would still be starving people. Your teachers tell you that if you see something that displeases you, simply refuse to acknowledge it, and it will be gone from you. They say it is just a negative form of mind and nothing more. But think not on displeasing things all you like, but while you serve your selfish desires, thousands still die daily because you refuse to think of them. Do not let yourselves be deceived. A hungry man is as much God as you are. You cannot think away God, and you cannot think away the hungry. I'm going to have to go on to get this thought through. In your new schools of thought, there are many lions feeding on lambs. If you wish, put my words to the test. Find a homeless person, stand before them, and try to think them away. Close your eyes and count to 10. Open them, and unless you're blind, that homeless person will still be there. And homeless. Now, try to give this person shelter. Now this person has a home and is not homeless. Which do you think works and which does not? I am not asking you to turn your home into a shelter, but surely you can find a way to help a brother or sister in need. Some of you can only afford to give a smile, but a smile brings healing to the soul. This life is not about I, it is about we. I'm going to leave that there again. Yeah. And still a lot to go. I just want to keep these videos short so you can get the little bit there, let it soak in, and let it become part of your daily process in thought and action. And that's what we're going to do. And that's why the videos are short, so you can take a little bit at a time, assimilate it, let it become one with you, and then we'll move from there. So don't rush and feel like you have to watch all 3 videos in the same day or right next to each other. Just let it soak in. Give yourself an opportunity to put the first part of the message to work, then give yourself an opportunity to put the second part. And it's still there's still a lot to say, so there could be 2 more parts. It's like the loaves of bread and the 2 fishes. They just multiply. So with that, I really appreciate you being here and listening to Sananda spoken through me, a humble servant, Saul. And have a wonderful day or night or whatever it is. Namaste.